Hey guys, welcome back to Under the Radar Books. It's Brittany, and today I'm going to be doing a book haul. I'm going to separate it into two parts. And the first part is going to be books that I have received from publishers, and the second part will be books that I have purchased myself or gotten as gifts. So let's get started. The first book is a book that was sent to me by Faber and Faber. It is Viral by Helen Fitzgerald, and it is about a young girl who does some very sexual acts that end up on the internet, and it is kind of the downward spiral of her family dealing with this incident. And I've heard really good things about it. People are just blown away by it. It sounds like it's very compelling and a very quick read, so I'm quite excited to get to this one. Next up, we have The Wolf Border by Sarah Hall, and I own another one of Sarah Hall's books, The Electric Michelangelo, which also sounds excellent. She just sounds like a really great author. This says, for almost a decade, Rachel Kane has turned her back on home and worked in Idaho at a reservation for wolves. As one of the few experts in her field, she is summoned back to England by the eccentric Earl of Arundel to help with his plan of rewilding wolves on his estate in the Lake District. As Rachel attempts a gradual reconciliation with her estranged family, her work with the Earl begins to generate public outrage and the threat of sabotage. So it just sounds really, really interesting. I love books about animals. I'm a huge animal lover, and so this is really, really fascinating to me. So I can't wait to pick this one up. This was also sent to me by Faber. Next up, also another Faber, is Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton. And I first saw this on Taylor's channel, Let's Get Lost in Words, and I know she enjoyed it. It is a YA novel. It says an epic story of swirling desert sands, love, magic, and revolution. And I've heard that the main character is a very kick-ass female character, so you can't go wrong with that. And I'm always looking for a great YA to recommend, so I'm excited to get to this one as well. And the last book that I received from Faber was The Girl in the Red Coat, which is another thriller that has recently been released. And it is about, and this was on my most anticipated releases for the year. This is about a young 8-year-old girl who disappears, and her mother is trying to find her. She is a very lofty child and kind of just a little bit different. And so she wanders off, and they don't know whether she's just, you know, wandered off and got lost, or if someone has kidnapped her, and it follows their struggle. And I think it alternates between the mother's point of view and the daughter's point of view, and it sounds really interesting. It talks about how it goes in a place that you wouldn't expect, and so I'm very intrigued by that. Next up, I just received a copy of Eleanor by Jason Gurley from Crown Publishing, and this is definitely one of my most anticipated releases for the year, and this was perfect timing because I had to take it back to the library before I got a chance to read it, so I'm so excited that they sent me a copy. This is about twin sisters who one of them passes away, and the other one, Eleanor, is left behind to struggle in life without her twin sister. And she ends up stumbling across an alternate universe, and I believe that she continues to visit this alternate universe almost to escape the real world that she is living in. So it just sounds really interesting, magical realism, which I absolutely love. And how fantastic is this cover? I mean, this book is just absolutely stunning, so I am so happy to have it on my shelves. Next up is a short story collection that was sent from Freight Books, and it is Treats by Laura Williams, and it is realistic short fiction. One of the little quotes from one of the stories is, "Dance like nobody gives a crap, drink like you don't have a family to go home to, and love because what else is the point?" So it just sounds so brilliant. Taylor also read this one recently, and we have very similar book taste, and I just really, really respect all of her recommendations, so I'm so excited to pick this up. It's very short, and so hopefully I can get to it very soon. Next up, I was sent Shylock Is My Name, which is part of the Hogarth Shakespeare series. This is by Howard Jacobson, and I read The Gap of Time by Jeanette Winterson a couple months ago, and I really, really liked it. So I'm super excited to get to this one. This is a retelling of The Merchant of Venice, and I'm not quite sure what that play entails. It's one of the lesser known plays, at least for me. So I'm very interested to see how the story goes. And this I actually won on a Goodreads giveaway. So I'm very excited to have that in my possession, and hoping to get to it soon as well. Next up, I requested this from Quirk Books, and it is My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix, and this is by the author who did Horror Store, which is like a horror novel that looks like an IKEA catalog. Like, I have no idea how to describe it, but it was so brilliant. I mean, it was just not what I was expecting. It was actually super creepy and I loved it so much. It was like a cult horror book. I don't know. It was great. And so this is his new book that's coming out. It's going to be released on May 17th of 2016. A heartwarming tale of friendship and demonic possession. Charleston, South Carolina, high school sophomores Abby and Gretchen have been best friends since 5th grade. But after an evening of skinny dipping goes disastrously wrong, Gretchen begins to act different. She's moody, irritable, and bizarre incidents keep happening whenever she's nearby. Abby's investigation leads her to some startling discoveries, and by the time their story reaches its terrifying conclusion, the fate of Abby and Gretchen will be determined by a single question. Is their friendship powerful enough to beat the devil? And this just sounds brilliant. I'm so excited to get to it. And I believe that the final copy is going to be a hardcover and it's going to look like a yearbook. And so I'm really excited to see how that's going to be. Here's like a little clip of like, it actually looks like a yearbook in the beginning. So I'm just so excited for this one. I cannot wait to pick it up. Part of me doesn't want to pick it up because I'm just so excited. I want to save it until closer to the release date. But yes, if you like horror, please check out his other book, Horror Store. It is fabulous. And the last book that I got sent by a publisher is from Coffee House Press, and it is Upright Beast by Lincoln Michel. This is a magical realism short story collection. It's been blurred by a lot of great authors, Laura Vandenberg, Charles Yu, Kelly Link. So I'm very excited to get to it. This cover is just absolutely stunning. And the blurb on the back says, children go to school long after the teachers have disappeared. A man manages an apartment complex of attempted suicides, and a couple navigates their relationship in the midst of a zombie attack. In these short stories, we are the upright beast, doing battle with our darker, weirder impulses as the world collapses around us. So even that blurb just like makes me so excited. The writing is just fantastic, and I cannot wait to get to this one. I think this will be one of my next reads. So that is the first part of my book haul. I hope you guys found some things maybe you haven't heard of before, some stuff you're going to add to your TBR. If you have read any of these, please let me know. I would love to discuss them in the comments down below. And I will see you in the part 2 of this book haul, and happy reading!